next week?
No, I think it'll be done this week.
This week?
I do. I think.
Conclave.
I think
It's gone on longer than the conclave.
Yes.
Out in Rome.
I think
With every
Judge
white smoke in
Leskinen
the
wants to
courthouse.
have this
I
on
like
his
that, Nick.
desk.
Yeah, bring the commissioner out.
Yep. I think Judge Leskinen wants this off his desk so he
Before
can
Memorial
enjoy
Day weekend.
the Memorial Day weekend.
I don't blame him.
Absolutely.
I much can't blame him either.
Yeah, we are back on for some of the folks that were on the Facebook feed and had that drop off. That is back on. And one of the things you missed, we were talking earlier about voter turnout. And unofficially, we try to figure this out. We had it at 24.2%.
Well, you
Not
got
great, but not as bad as we thought it could
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
So,
And that was
it'll be
based
bigger,
on
much
George
better.
telling us there were 70,000
Yes, round off figure.
registered
Yes.
voters. Approximately, we had about 17,000 votes cast
It'll be
today.
better in
So quick
November,
math,
naturally.
24.2%.
People are still recovering from that presidential election 6 months ago.
Yeah, I guess so.
The U.S.
I
Senate
guess
race.
so.
Yeah.
But again, just to recap again real quick, some of the top races. John Marietta for Recorder of Deeds, the incumbent, defeating Christina Becker tonight. That was one race that I think a lot of folks around the county were watching. Your jury commissioner race as well, Georgia on the Democratic side, Trinette Schmidt-Cunningham defeating Corey Ann Fluker, and Jason Scott, the Republican win in South Union Township. He'll be facing Patrick Mahoney in the fall.
That is correct.
And I know we're getting ready to say good night to everybody here and thank you for listening. And I want to put out a thank you to all those candidates that were on the ballot tonight. Win or lose, it's you willing to put your
name.
life on hold.
Yeah, it's not an easy thing to put yourself out there.
And it's not easy on your family either. So I do want to thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy lives to try and make our system work better.
Yeah, and also thanks as well to all the poll workers, everybody
Yes.
that
Mm-hmm.
took the time out and spent a full day either out at the polls or working for the
Yeah.
Election Bureau.
Absolutely.
And again, any of my rants from earlier were not directed at anybody individually.
It's all
We're
done
just-
in good faith.
Yeah, we're all trying to work to make the county better and come up with a system where we're going to be able to have information presented in a fashion that it
Yeah.
should, and showing in the manner that it should, where if there's going to be numbers there, let us know what percentage of the numbers.
So-
And that was my whole
Now, what are you
rant.
running? What are you running for, Brian? I know you want to make an
No,
announcement.
I'm not running.
Not
for
running.
You know what,
If you're
Brian
running,
said-
I'm
no.
running. Hopefully, I'll be back in the fall, being able to do election coverage.
Earlier today, I believe it was out of Harrisburg, the state legislature passed on strict party lines 102 to 101 some election
Yeah, that was
changes.
last week.
Was that last week? I thought it was just.
Well, it could be. Well,
maybe it
last
was.
week. Yeah.
Yeah, but one of them is each county is going to have to have at least 2 drop boxes. They're going to be able to start counting mail-in ballots earlier,
Which they
like
do
a
now.
week before. Instead of waiting
Like-
until 7 a.m., they're going to start counting them a week before to help ease up on that. And there was some other big one that I've currently don't remember what it was as proposed changes, but it's got to get through the Senate before it gets on Josh Shapiro's desk.
The other thing too, what Brian said, and I try to do this since I've been in chairman in the party, I go around every precinct and thank the individuals who currently work for the Bureau of Elections and for us. And I tell them it's a long day. I appreciate what you do. And anybody wants to get involved in the fall, there'll probably be some openings.
That was it. $175 pay for poll workers is on this legislation, mandatory from the counties have to pay.
And like I
Now,
said,
were
it's,
they actually getting that today, or is that going to be for the fall?
Well,
that
that's
was-
only if this law gets
I
enacted.
got you.
See, that
How
would
much
be
were they
for-
getting today then?
no, county by county. It's
Oh, it's
not
different.
just.
I got you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's county
so-
by county. I
I think ours might be 125.
Okay.
around there, I think.
And
maybe
in the
a
whole
little
grand
bit less.
scheme of things, the amount of time you put in, you're
It's
looking
over
at
12 hours.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at like $8-9 an hour. I mean, probably just
Maybe.
barely over minimum wage.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing too, they have to go through a training process. So, like I said,
Which
And
You're
you
not
are you
getting
getting
paid
paid for training?
No.
yes,
No.
yes.
Oh, are you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The stipend, what that is, I don't know.
Stipend,
yeah.
And then what Russ said, I ran for office. I know Russ was running for office. And like you said, you put your name out there. There's a lot of things going to be said about you. But it's not easy. You put everything out there, and they're going to bring everything they can find on you. Mm-hmm. But again, elections have consequences. I said this so many times. And, of course, we have Memorial Day coming up, and those individuals gave their ultimate sacrifice. So we have an opportunity to vote. And then when you only find out you get 24% of eligible people, it's discouraging.
Yeah, I just hope that other 76% is not complaining about the
Oh, they'll
results that came
complain.
out.
Oh, they will. They're the
Oh,
ones
you
that
can rest
complain the
assured.
Yeah.
They'll call Russ's show.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Everybody loves you, Russ.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
everybody loves
Yes,
Russ.
I know. There will be a lot of
George.
tears when I come to my last day on the radio station.
Oh, that's not happening. It'll be my last day.
Well, you can rest assured maybe a year it'll be my last day.
Oh, please.
But again, guys, it's always a pleasure. It's the first time
Absolutely.
because last year I ran for office. I couldn't be on.
Yeah.
And we calmed Brian down a little bit. But
Little
I
bit,
will
off
have
the
an
ledge.
answer for you
I
Friday.
appreciate that. Yeah,
No.
It's not it's not
I
to please
understand
me,
it, really,
because here's
truly.
the thing.
Yeah.
It's to please the rest of the county,
Yeah.
because the last thing I wanted to see was an issue like we had a year and a half ago where we're going to see 100% of the vote totals in and have things change. You don't want folks to go to bed thinking they won, that they lost, or vice versa.
Do we
It's not
just
fair to
Truman?
everybody. Yeah, you don't want to see any of that. And I'm like everybody else. I'm working trying to make the county better here.
And I was right. I said when they come in, they're
Your
going to be all
campaign-
77
It's a
precincts.
great campaign slogan, Brian.
Yeah.
We're going to make the county better. You should run.
No.
You'd
But
be
you said
great
right
to
around
fire it.
10:30. We got
I said
everything in at
10:30.
Yep.
Absolutely. You were on the ball, George. You've
Once
been
in a-
around.
once in a while,
Every
correct.
now and then.
And the
Blind
Pirates
squirrel.
won,
Oh,
so it's been a
yeah.
great day, right?
Been a great
How many
night.
runs did they score today?
One.
One more than the other team. That's all that matters.
Yeah, right.
They scored 2 runs in 3 games.
It's a day game tomorrow. We should all go.
There
Leave
you
the
go.
station unattended.
Yeah.
No, it'll be rained out.
Also have to thank all of our
Yeah.
sponsors tonight as well, including West Media Group. I think they've been with us for about probably at least 20 years doing this election coverage.
Yeah.
I have to thank all the folks there. I know they have a new regime. AJ leading things up there. Jim Wasslick, who formerly run West Media Group, a long-time supporter of the station. If Jim, you happen to be tuning in, again, we hope you're well. Also, Janie Montgomery Scott and the Pennsylvania League of Women Voters appreciate your support as well, making this election coverage possible here on WMBS. If you're watching our Facebook page, you've been seeing their logos up on the screen, rotating throughout the course of the evening, and hopefully that'll be a new feature we can have for some of our other broadcasts as well, rotating graphics sponsors.
Well, Brian,
There you go.
as usual,
We
thank
like
you
it.
for having me
Enjoyed
on the
it.
show.
Enjoyed it,
Nick,
guys.
thank you
Thanks,
for
George. Thanks,
keeping the
Russ.
things going. And Russ,
No,
I know
please.
you'll be doing the show tomorrow.
I'll be here tomorrow.
And you'll
Yep.
be giving election results tomorrow.
We'll be talking about that a little bit. Also, second hour, Russ Diamond, legislator from, I want to say, the 102nd Pennsylvania District. We're going to be talking about his proposed legislation, House Bill 900, to eliminate property taxes in Pennsylvania.
And we'll have some of these results up on our WNBS Facebook page tonight. Also, Matt Sapienza will have results during the day along with TJ. And then I think, Nick, you're in again tomorrow at some point. right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And your big Indy 500 preview with Doug Saltzman.
Yes, that'll be on.
tomorrow.
Oh, I forgot about
we
that.
recorded
Indy.
today with the Laurel Island School Board
What's
meeting
your-
tomorrow night, so I couldn't
Oh,
go.
okay. What's your prediction for the Indy 500?
You're going to listen to the show?
Oh, you'd
Tell
give it in
tomorrow.
the
Yes, we
preview?
actually gave that, yes.
Great. I'm ready, man.
You're
Your
not gonna tease us?
prediction is
No, I gave a dark horse and I gave a pick.
You're gonna kiss the
Well,
butt.
speaking of picks, did you pick out the Preakness winner?
I didn't even watch the Preakness, to
Oh,
be
my
honest with you.
God.
I lost all the, there was no Triple Crown.
Yeah, exactly.
Opportunity
But they're facing
there,
off
so
in
I
the
didn't even
Belmont.
watch it.
Sovereignty and journalism will face in the Belmont, the two winners.
Oh, they are going to do that?
Yeah,
Yes.
so
That'd be pretty cool.
whoever wins that will be.
Yeah, that'd be worthwhile
yeah,
watching.
horse racing's great.
Of course, I didn't
they're
pick the
beautiful
winner either.
animals.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Absolutely.
Very
Absolutely.
expensive.
Well, one final word from our sponsors tonight, and they'll take you into CBS News. Again, thanks to George
Well,
Rattay.
thank you,
Russ
Brian, for
Rosick,
having me on.
This is Brian Morozek. So have yourselves a pleasant good evening from the Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios.
Good night,
Jenny
everybody.
Montgomery
Good
Scott
night.
works with individuals, families, nonprofits, and businesses across the region, offering comprehensive financial planning, business retirement planning, and investment management. A multi-generational branch with decades of combined experience, our firm provides advice on what matters most to our clients. Call Jenny today at 724-438-5563 to schedule a visit to see if we can help you. Jenny Montgomery Scott, 43 South Beeson Boulevard in Uniontown. Let us make your goals our goals, too. Jenny Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, SIPC. For more info about Jenny, please see Jenny's relationship summary at jenny.com/CRS, which details all material facts about the scope and terms of our relationship with you and any potential conflicts of interest.